Hello and welcome to Vintage Movie Nights. That's Ryan. I'm Joe, and we are going to watch the new trailer that just dropped for Fantastic Four: The First Steps. It's their final trailer because the movie comes out in about 1 month.
Yes.
So Ryan, I'm assuming you have not seen this yet because I know I haven't because it just came out today.
I have not. I didn't even know until you told me this is what we're doing. I'm new here. Hi.
That's beautiful. Well, I love that. So, just as a caveat, so we did watch one of the trailers prior, although I never edited that footage, but I will be inserting that right now. Our initial little reaction, starting now.
All right.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie,
I like the
how's that
era.
sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah, she's having a
What?
baby.
You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. All
Okay.
things going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Oh, we're doing Silver Surfer again?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I don't know. There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family. Has to be us.
We will protect you.
Well, that's good. I feel protected. Oh. That looked bad. Not the trailer, the guy at the end looked bad. I'm not
Right.
sure how I feel about the actual. So that was kind of our initial reaction. We had a lot longer conversation, but we'll probably get into that more here as we watch this trailer for Fantastic
Right.
Four. It's the final trailer before it comes out in theaters in July 25th, which, just in general, having what we've seen, how do you feel about this versus Superman? What are you more excited to see? And or Jurassic Park, which is also coming out in July. It's a big month for
Yeah.
movies.
It's going to be a summer at the movies for sure. I don't know what it is about Fantastic Four. Like, you and I might have our criticisms about Superman, and we've kind of been on this kick of watching them, and that's a video that's going to come later. But irregardless of what our thoughts of the originals may be, they're very popular, they're timeless, even though we may disagree on some things. But man, Fantastic Four seems like it's been tricky to get right. For a lot of people.
Yeah,
We had those
yeah.
mid-2000s one, which I remember with Jessica Alba, with Chris Evans, which were entertaining, but a lot of people didn't like them. They were entertaining. They weren't great. And then we get this reboot some years ago with Kate Mara and some other people that just was not good.
I think it had
And
John
now is it-
Krasinski in it, didn't it? Or he was in one of them.
He was in
Was he not?
No, he wasn't in that.
He was in the Marvel. He was in the Marvel verse with
the Marvel verse.
Doctor
yeah,
Strange.
you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was in that.
I didn't even
Now
watch
we've
that other
got-
one, that other reboot.
I didn't watch it either, but it was not good. And now people are kind of criticizing the first trailer, which I think we thought was okay. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is, and
Let's
we'll
jump
go.
in. Let's watch this, and then we'll talk a little bit about. We're probably going to be doing a lot of, because it is coming out around the same time as Superman, comparing and contrasting what we're more excited to see. I mean, I think it's a DC versus Marvel July month, and then Jurassic Park, of course.
Yeah,
and then there's Jurassic Park.
Famous around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Invisible Woman.
She's invisible.
Human Torch.
I love you, Johnny.
And the Thing.
Johnny Storm.
Hey,
What time is it? Say the date.
that's not really something I say.
It's
Clobbering time.
That's just in the cartoon.
I like that, so they're living off of that. Okay.
Never late for Sunday dinner. Let's eat.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
What is that?
Get us out of here, Ben! Hold on!
Are we safe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The clock is
That's right. She has a baby in this one.
We are going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
You don't want to just crush him?
I like that. The four of us will face the danger. We will protect you.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. We'll face it together. As a family.
What time is it, Ben? No. What time is it, Ben? No, Johnny. Say it! I don't wanna! Say
That's obviously going to be an ongoing joke in the movie. Okay. Okay, well, there you have it. That is the final trailer for Fantastic Four that's going to be coming out July 25th. Let's just start your initial thoughts. Did they get it right?
I don't even know what right is for Fantastic Four, if I'm being honest. I don't know. It looks kind of cheesy. Not as cheesy as the first trailer.
Or as bad or as cheesy as Superman by any means. This actually looks like it has real...
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look cartoony like the Superman kind of look. So that'll be interesting to see those comparisons. But
It's a geek show. They're four freaks. What can you do?
Did you just call them freaks?
Well, yeah, they are.
I'm sorry, did you just call them four freaks?
Well, they are.
They were astronauts who got
they were
sucked
they
into
were, and
extra
some
radiation
kinda
and get their
radiation, and they got the things.
Their whatever metabolic life changed or whatever.
I think.
So that's what we're going with. They're freaks, and it's going to be a movie about freaks.
We're freaks. I think the cast looks charming. I think audiences like Pedro Pascal, who plays Mr. Fantastic, ever since he did The Mandalorian, and then he went to The Last of Us, and he's now a popular actor. So a good choice in your lead.
Yeah. Who played the Invisible Woman? She looked familiar, and I couldn't put my finger on it while we were watching it. Do you recognize her?
I don't know.
Vanessa Kirby.
Okay, yeah, Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah, so it's Vanessa Kirby. We're just looking it up. I don't know where I've seen her because I'm looking through all the movies she's done, and I don't know that I necessarily seen her in this.
No,
I don't
she
know
was
where
an
I
Oscar
recognize, but I
nominee.
do.
Oscar nominee.
Well, that must be
about
it.
4 or 5 years ago. Pieces of a Woman.
Okay.
She's good. I don't know if that means she can portray a superhero, but she's a good actress.
Yep.
And I don't have a lot of experience with the Fantastic Four outside of watching the mid 2000s couple movies. Yeah.
So the Fantastic Four in the first version in the 2000s, they did the Silver Surfer thing. Every planet that Silver Surfer touches gets destroyed or whatever, right? That was, if I recall, on that plot line. I'm not as familiar with the Fantastic Four either. What I would say is, just purely on trailer, watching it looks like it will be a fun film with some interesting conversation. Family being at the forefront of the movie, focused on Galactica as the bad guy. I'm not even sure the villain. I'm not as familiar with. I know Silver Surfer, and I think even Silver Surfer is actually technically turns into a good person, but starts off as misunderstood, maybe like that. I think she thinks she's doing right, but then is wrong, but then comes back and does well. But again, guys, don't quote me on that. That's just what my brain remembers. I am curious. I didn't even know it was a girl. It wasn't in the first version. Although the Silver Surfer is nothing. I don't think it has a gender, but in this one I think it's more feminine portrayed than I think. But again, don't quote me on that. Don't quote us on anything we say, guys. We are not. Look, we talk about this a lot. We're just average guys watching movies. We're not hardcore into the lore, right? We're working on a project right now that has a very big following when it comes to lore. We're not big into lore, right? So that's not something you're going to get here. It's just we're just guys who watch movies, who appreciate cinema, who are going to talk about just a general average Joe experience. And with that, I think it looks good. I think there's an opportunity here for a decent film, and maybe it's what Fantastic Four needed this whole time. It's set in the 50s, it seems like, or a not like a current version is what it felt like. I don't know. Did you get that same sense?
Yeah, they're definitely throwing it back because it was like the first Marvel family. Man, I don't know. Based on that trailer, I would probably watch it if it was free on streaming. That's what I would say.
That's fair enough.
Probably not going to go buy a ticket to see it in the theater.
What would we've watched a couple of trailers, but Superman versus this, what are you more excited to see, or are you about the same on both?
Probably the same on both. If I had to lean towards one way, I'd probably buy a ticket to see Superman in the theater if I had to.
I'm going to be honest. I have Marvel fatigue is what I think it is. I have a buddy who asked me, I think Thunderbolts or something like that was out, and he asked, hey, are you going to watch that? And I was like, I don't even know what that is. I haven't even been paying attention. But then he listed off all these things I need to see in order to see that, and that's where I started to get I don't have that kind of energy to have to go watch stuff. This looks like something I could watch without having seen any other Marvel movie and not have to be like, oh, am I seeing something that's spoiling a movie or a plot line or something in the universe, right? And I think that's really important. For me, I feel like right now I just got Marvel fatigue. And it started when all the Marvel shows came out, right? When we started getting the Winter Soldier, I think had was the name of the Hits TV show, and then there was the Scarlet Witch TV show, and then there was the other TV show, and then there was Loki, and then it was like that's a lot of content to feel like you have to consume to watch movies. So I kind of gotten a little bit of fatigue. Now, I'm sure some out there would say, you don't have to watch any of those. You should just go, watch movies. But I have fatigue. I mean, we watched, what is it, 25 Marvel movies to get to Endgame or something like that? I mean, that's a lot to consume.
Yeah, when I saw the second Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, which I thought was an entertaining movie, I watched it with my son, my oldest son, Jack. And he had watched with his grandma. He had watched Scarlet Witch, whatever the Scarlet. Vision and Scarlet Witch, or Vision or whatever it was, and Like I was able to follow it, but there were a few things where I was confused. He said, "Oh, that's from Vision and Scarlet Witch," because he had just happened to watch it. Oh, okay, and I kind of just went with it. But I mean, that's just one, right? Let alone like you said, Loki, Captain America, all these things. It's a lot. Yeah.
I did, yeah. It was Captain America and the Winter Soldier, I guess. But anyway, I didn't watch. I haven't watched anything since the first Spider-Man after Endgame, or after the very end. I thought Endgame was the last one, but then I remember I did watch the very first Spider-Man where Mystica, whatever, with the bad guy that was played by.
Yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, and what was his? It was something with an M. Anyway, I haven't really seen anything since then, and honestly, it's kind of like I got to a point of like I just am fatigued. I just don't know that I have the energy to sit down and watch all these shows, all these TVs, to sit down and watch a movie. And so maybe that's why I'm a little bit more excited for something like Superman. There isn't a backstory. We're just going to get into the movie.
No,
we're going to get fed whatever they give us. I don't have to go watch 7 other movies.
You're right. You know, you get fatigued.
Although this obviously looks like it's like a, this looks like a prequel to all of it. So maybe I'd be more willing to watch it. But it's like you said, I'm probably more likely to watch this on Disney Plus when it finally hits.
Probably. I think you're fatigued with Marvel, and so am I. And we don't need to be. Man, Endgame was the perfect ending, was it not? Like
it was it was a
sail off into the
masterpiece.
Sail off into the sunset. Sail off into the sunset, man. You did it.
Yeah.
You had 11, 12 years or whatever it was. And we're still going with it. And every now and then there's some cool things like the Spider-Man No Way Home that came after Endgame. That's a good movie. The second Doctor Strange, good. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That was good. But we're all these superheroes that were in the Marvel thing. I heard Thunderbolts was good. Your friend who recommended that, I'm sure he's right, but it's too much. I'm done.
Yeah. I think that's it. I am just done, and which is unfortunate because Marvel. Because what Marvel did with their movies was cinematic masterpiece of starting with Iron Man 1 all the way through. I mean, it was tremendously well done, and they deserve. They deserve the tip of the hat. You created this universe. Congrats. Phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And for the hardcore fan, I'm sure you guys will eat this kind of stuff up. For a casual fan, it gets hard to start to want to go out and watch these movies and prep for a movie and, have to take notes on what happened in all these shows and try to follow. It becomes too much.
It's too much. And you'll probably... Go ahead.
I would say, but on the same side, you look at DC. They've tried and they failed, and there was a lot of controversy about the Arrowverse. The CW shows that had Flash and the Green Arrow and the Legends and those guys. That TV show was really good, but then the movie came out and had nothing to do with them, and there was some controversy with that, or just some disappointment. But I think at the end of the day, when I look at all of this, I think this looks good. I think actually this might be the best looking Fantastic Four from what I've seen. I mean, I think it'll be an interesting movie. My critiques, I don't know that Johnny Storm looks that great. The Thing looks a little off at times to me. I don't feel like he looks as good. But I'm comparing him to the 2000 movies, not the comic books or the cartoons, or you know what I mean? So it's like, I guess I'm just comparing it to something and thinking, oh, they don't look right, I mean, they're not. Johnny Storm's Chris Evans was pretty good, like he made that movie, I think. And Jessica Alba made the movie.
I feel like the Fantastic Four, those two that came out in the mid-2000s, they came out during a time where superhero movies were taking a shift, right? And that's, we've talked about doing maybe an episode on this, like pre-Marvel,
the movies,
but like
the pre-Marvel
post-90s,
superhero movies.
like that 2000 to 2005 era right there. Where
it was the Spider-Man era. Let's call it really what it was. It was the Spider-Man era.
We had X-Men, we had Spider-Man, and they were starting to turn more into realistic. And then we got Christopher Nolan's Batman movies, the first one, Batman Begins, and especially the second one with that great Heath Ledger performance where it sort of shifted and superhero movies were becoming more realistic. And in the middle of all that, we had this Fantastic Four, which didn't kind of fit with that. It was still very 90s, very campy, kind of, and it entertaining. Yes, good. Depending on what your opinion of good is, it didn't really fit with the turn that superhero movies were taking, and so it just doesn't hold up. And then they try to reboot in like 2012 or something. I don't know.
That was just a failure, I think. I think that was just critically
disaster.
Considered a failure.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no desire to watch it.
I think it was. And comment with us, please. Tell us if we're wrong. But Joe and I never watched it, and I think everyone agrees it was a cinematic failure. If we're wrong, tell us, but whatever. This new, we'll see. We'll see. We'll just see. I don't care.
Yeah.
Either way.
I think the only thing that's had
maybe
really,
it won't be.
that's had this. Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I think that's had the longevity of Marvel's universe, which is still a Marvel movie, is all the X-Men movies. Like when you think about them and what they've done, that was a pretty good series of movies. Even the prequels I thought were pretty good. Like they did a good job. X-Men is. I've always been a big fan of X-Men, so it is special. Like I said, I don't know. I'm conflicted on this one. Like I think I mean I'm sure we'll watch it at some point. Maybe we'll do a Fantastic Four series. I don't know. But guys, if you're new here and you haven't done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Throw up those thumbs. Let us know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to this? And tell us below. Superman, this, Jurassic Park. We've watched the trailers for all three. Which ones are you excited about? Which ones are you not? And what order would you take these in? For me, and then Ryan, you could say it for you. For me, I'm Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park. What order would you put those three in? Of excitement to watch, I guess I would say.
Jurassic Park for sure. In fact, my wife wants to go see it with me, the new one. I said, okay.
All right.
We'll go watch it.
So Jurassic Park?
Then probably Superman and then this, but whatever.
Yeah, that's yeah, right. I hear you. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. We really do appreciate it. If you guys haven't watched our other stuff, head back to our channel. We are going to be watching more Vintage Movie Nights. I was actually editing just before this. I was editing Falling Down. That's coming soon. We've got other trailers coming, and we're working on a special project that will be dropping sooner than later. So more to come, guys, on the channel. We really do appreciate it, and thank you. Subscribe, like, head over to the Patreon. We have so much coming. Until next time, have a great day.